Hi, Dr.Ashwin Dobariya. Welcome you to Programming in C video series. In this video, we will discuss the concepts of flowcharts. In previous video, we have seen the concept of algorithm, and also we discuss about the comparison between algorithms and flowcharts. Friends, in C programming, whenever we write any programs, it means we are giving a solution. And whenever we give a solution, actually, first we have to design a logic with the help of either algorithms or a flowcharts. The basic difference between algorithm and flowchart, both are giving a problem solution, both are giving the program logic, you can say, but the algorithm generally represent the problem solution in a textual format, and flowchart is represent the problem solutions in the graphical manner. So now let's see the concept of flowchart. In this video, we will discuss the introductions of flowcharts, general rules how to draw the flowcharts, and the standard symbols and the use of each and every symbol with the examples, and we will discuss the few different example of the flowchart in this video. First we'll see the concept of flowchart with the definition. So as we discussed that a flowchart is a graphical, or you can say symbolic representation of a process of a problem solution. So whenever we are giving the solution of any problems and in specifically using a symbolic format, then we can say it's a flowcharts. Each steps in a process is represented by the different standard symbols and shapes. So few symbols are predefined for the flowchart that we have to use in that. Every symbol is connected with each others with the arrow. So we'll see how we can draw it. Now before drawing the flowchart, this is just a sample. This is the sample of a flowchart where we are using a different type of symbols, and you should also remember certain rules for drawing the flowchart. The first rules, as we know in the algorithm always start with the step number 1 start, then end with the and or stop. Similarly, flowchart also start with the start and stop, or you can say and symbol, and this symbol is known as a terminal symbol. So execution of the program process should be follow from top to bottom. So whenever you draw a flowchart, then your program execution sequence, or you can say program execution flow, must be from top to bottom approach. It means the first process you have to mention at the top level, then next and next, and you have to reach up to the bottom. So at the starting point of the flowchart is starting terminal symbol and stop terminal symbol. So that is the first rules. We can also write down, we can write begin and end keyword inside this terminal symbol. Second rules is use only standard flowchart symbol in a flowchart. It means do not use any other symbols which are not a part of flowcharts. Each decision box, or sometimes see in your C program logic, if there is a condition, then condition we will see in this video how we can draw the flowcharts of a condition. So decision box, for that we will use the decision symbol, and whenever we use the decision symbol, it has two branches. One is if condition becomes true or yes, then what you want to do, and if condition becomes false, then what you want to do. Then all process flow arrows must be end in the process symbol, or you can say terminal symbol. So whenever you connect all the symbol, it must come to the end of the flowchart in stop terminology, terminal symbols, and give a short descriptions, or you can say the label in each and every symbol. It means do not draw only an empty symbol, but every symbol must have a particular label or a description. So these are the common rules that we have to follow while we draw the flowcharts. Let's see the overview about the standard symbols of the flowchart. So very common symbol is arrow, that is known as a flow lines, and the use of flow lines or you can say arrow is to connect all the symbols in a flowchart. Then second is a terminal symbol, and this terminal symbol is generally used for starting of the flowcharts and ending of the flowcharts. Next is the input output symbol, where we can write the input statement. Input statement means whenever you want to give input certain value to your program, uh, so when we input any data, when we want to input any value to our program, so that statement, input statement, we can write in this input output symbols. And output means whenever you want to display certain message or any value or as output, then also you can use this input output symbol. Then the next is the rectangle symbol. Rectangle symbol is known as a processing symbol. Processing means here we can mention any initialization statement, means where we are assigning certain value to any variable, or suppose in our program if any expression is there, or you can say the arithmetic expression or a calculation statement is there, that is represented in the process symbols. Then this is the decision symbols, or you can say it's a diamond symbol also, where one input arrow is there, because in diamond input arrow, incoming arrow is 1, but based on the condition, if this condition becomes true, then you can move to the left or right side, but the diamond symbol is always having a 2 outcome arrow and 1 input. So according to the conditions, either this condition becomes true or condition become false. And the last symbols is a connector symbol. Here two different types of connector. We will see the practical example, what is the difference between these two connector. But in general, the circle connector is used to connect the various flow lines on the same page, and this another connector symbol is generally used to connect your same flowcharts on the different pages. So to connect the flowcharts parts on the same page, you can use circle symbols, and to connect the same flowcharts on a different page, sometime what happen, your flowchart is too long, so it cannot be accommodate in the one single page, so you require to draw the remaining part on the second page. So when if you want to connect the different parts of your flowcharts on the different page, then you can use this symbol. We'll see the practical example over here. So let's see each and every symbol in detail. So first symbol is a terminal symbol. You can say it's a capsule symbol also, and this symbol is used for representation of the starting and ending process of the flowcharts. And in this symbol, either we can write start or begin, or you can write stop and end. So this is the use of terminal symbol. Second symbol is IO symbol. In short, you can say IO symbol also, input output symbol, and this shape is used for input a value or to display any output a value, and this shape is also known as a data shape, because where we are input certain data to our program or we are displaying certain data as a output. So this, the second symbol is a IO symbol, or you can say input output symbol. Third symbol, it's a process symbol, you can say rectangle, which which indicates a normal process of our programs, or you can say any expression like arithmetic expression where certain calculations is performed in our program, so that you can represent in this rectangle symbol. And it is also used to assign a value in a variable. Ultimately assign a value, it's again arithmetic expression, so that this kind of assigning a value statement also we have to write the rectangle symbol, and this is the logic of your program, or any arithmetic operation statement also generally use the process symbol. Fourth symbol is a decision, or you can say conditionals or a diamond shape symbols, and this diamond shape symbol is used whenever there is a condition in your program, and based on condition you want to execute a particular flow of your program. So if condition becomes true, then you want to execute this left flow, and if condition becomes false, so here you can mention yes, or you can mention true. Here you can mention no or false. So diamond symbol is generally used to check the condition, and in programming the condition is having generally two options, either condition becomes true or condition become false. And how we can write the condition? So is the keyword that you have to mention, then whatever condition expression is there, that you have to mention at the middle, and last question mark. This is the method to write the condition in the diamond symbol. We'll see a few examples in this video. Fifth is connectors. As I told you that the circle connector, now see, this is one page, this is your notebook page, and you are drawing these flow charts, and suppose this is the end of your first page, and your flowchart is too long and you don't want to continue the remaining part on the next page, but you want to continue on the same page, then what you can do, at the end you make a connector, and here there is a method. Here we have to write the alphabet. So if it is only one connector, then you can mention A. Suppose if the same another flow is over here and you want to connect, then you can mention B. If another, then C. So here A connector you have mentioned, then at the right side again you repeat the same connector over here and you continue the remaining symbols over here. So what is the meaning of that? Actually this connector represent that this is the same part of the flowcharts over here, but it represent on the same page at the different place. And in other words, we can say whenever you combine the multiple flow into the single flow, like suppose there are many flow over here and at last you want to connect in the stop, then also you can use these circle connectors. And second type of connectors, that is you can say this pentagonal kind of connectors, and these pentagonal connectors generally used whenever your flowchart is too long and it is not possible to draw in a single page, and the few part or the few portion of your flowchart you want to draw on the second page. So here see, this is the first page, and in this first page the remaining part I want to continue from the second page. So here you place the pentagonal symbols. Inside also you can mention ABCD. If this is only one connector, you can mention A. Suppose from here the second part you want to continue on the second page, again you repeat the same symbol, you mention B over here, and then here you mention A, and on the second page you continue with the A over here. It means the remaining part is considered, this is the continuity from here. So this is the second type of connectors. You can say it's a pentagonal connector. So we have seen total 6 different type of symbols, or you can say standard symbols, that are commonly used to draw the flowcharts. Now let's we discuss a few example, and in previous video we have already discussed few example of algorithm, and if you know the algorithm, then it is easy to convert into the flowchart. So this is the example of interchange two numbers, how we can draw, and we will discuss the detailed program logic of this and how to write the C program. But here, just for your understanding, I have written the algorithm as well as flowcharts. In practical video series, I will explain the program, how we can write the C program based on this algorithm or a flowchart. So for interchange two number, we require how many? So first we have to think about in algorithm, if we start, then first step is a start. Second, we have to declare the required variable. So here we want to interchange two numbers. So for that two number we require two variable, for example x and y, and using third variable we will interchange, then we have to declare z. So second step is initialize x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and z is equal to 0. If we convert this algorithm in a flowchart, then the start statement is represented using terminal symbol. Initialization is the arithmetic, so it represents in a rectangle symbol. Then first we'll take two number from user. It means we'll give a input to our program. So input x and y. So this is input statement, so that you have to write in the IO, or you can say input output symbol. After that, this is the logic of the program. So first number is assigned to a temporary variable z, then second number is overwrite into the first number, then the temporary value you assign to the second number. So this is again a arithmetic expression, you can say calculation statements or assignment statement. So you can represent in a rectangle. Here all these statements are executing step by step in a sequence. So you can mention all three statements in one symbol, or you can draw the three rectangle for each and every statement. So it is up to you. No need to draw the individual rectangle. You can mention all three statements in a one rectangle also. And after that we will print not only z, but we will print x and y. So here there is a printing mistake. Here we can mention print x and y. So if we input 5 and 3, so after this execution it will display 3 and 5, and last statement is a stop. So this is first example how we can convert algorithm into the flowchart. Let's see the second example of calculation of simple interest. And friends, I think all of you are aware about that, the formula of simple. If we want to calculate simple interest, then the formula is PRN divided by 100. So in algorithm, first steps is a start. Similarly in flow chart, first we will represent with the terminal symbol start. Then first we have to declare all the required variables. So in PRN, three variable we require: P for principal, R for rate of interest, N for number of months, and SI for simple interest, which will store the actual results after the calculation. So in this program we require total 4 variable, and here say I have declared assign the value here 0 and here 0.0. It means it indicates the type of value also. If only 0, it means n is a integer type of variables, and 0.0 it means it is a floating value. So R and P are the floating point floating variables. What is integer, what is float, that we will discuss in the data type concepts in details. So this declaration statement we can represent using the rectangle symbol in a flowchart. Then here in this program we require 3 value from users. Then we will provide 3 value, will input P, R and N. So these are the input statement that we can mention in a IO symbol. Then the main logic of this program is simple interest is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by N divided by 100. So this is the calculation statement, and calculation statement is represented using rectangle. And see the flow is connect with the arrow, and once this execution is over, then SI contain the results that we want to print. So print SI is again output statement that is represented in the IO symbol, and last statement is a stop. So in that way, friends, we can write the algorithm as well as we can convert same algorithm into the flowchart. And once you understood this concept of algorithm and flowchart, then it is very easy to convert into the C program. Now when we start writing a C program, at that time you have to only remember the syntax, how we can use the C program syntax to write the program. Let's see the another example of flowchart of condition. Now this is the program of checking the leap year. So how we can know whether the year is leap year or not? So there is certain formula for that. In that we have to input one value like a year. So in that case we require only one variable. So y is one variable we have initialized in the second step. So starting with the terminal symbol start, one initialized variable, so that is a rectangle symbol, and we will take a input from user, so input year. So input statement is represented in the IO symbols. Then this is the actual logic of the program, and in this logic here we have to check the condition. In general we say that if the year is divided by 4, then it is considered as a leap year, and if the year is not divided by 4, then it is not. But in the technical terms or in a programming, this logic is little bit different. If year is divided by 4, then the remainder is 0, right? So y modulus 4, modulus operator generally gives a remainder, and if this year is divided by 4, then it gives the remainder 0. So this condition becomes true. Or if year is divisible by 100, if this condition or if this condition, if one of the condition becomes true, then also the input year is leap year. Otherwise the input year is not leap year. Then how we can represent? So input is only 1, so our input arrow is 1. Now is, what is the condition? So if y variable modulus 4 is equal to 0, and the second condition also you can mention over here, and question mark. If this condition becomes true, it means the year is divisible by 4. If yes, or you mention true, then print the message the year is leap year. And suppose this condition become false, then print the message year is not leap year. And then you connect with the stop. Now see here two outcome flow are connect over here. So here you can use the circle symbol to connect these arrow and these arrow, and you make one outcome arrow. So here also you can use the circle as a connector. So this is the third example of flowcharts where you can write the conditional statement using diamond symbol. We will discuss more example in our upcoming video, but here only how to understand the flowchart concept. That's why I have taken only one example. This is the example of looping. Whenever in your program, if you want to write any loop, or if it is required any loop, then how we can write the looping flowcharts. Then first we'll discuss how we can write the looping algorithm. So here the definition of the program is sum of first 10 number. First 10 number means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we want to calculate the sum of all these numbers. So how we can get the number from 1 to 10 using loop. And first in algorithm we'll step number 1 start. Then how many variables we require. So one is for counter, because whenever we use a loop, then we require one counter variable which actually count the total number of repetition. So here I is equal to 1, because we will start the counting from 1. Then to store the sum of all numbers, here I have declared the another variable s, and initial value is 0. We will discuss this logic with the programs in upcoming practical videos. Now generally in a loop you can use any loop. Here I have used the while. So while is a keyword. Then here we have to mention the condition according to the number of iteration. Here our counter is starting from 1 and we want to execute this loop 10 times. So your condition is like that, I less than or equal to 10. It means our starting counting value is 1, and this loop will continue until it will reach up to the 10, and then after loop will begin. And what is the logic, what we want to do? So we want to calculate the sum of all numbers. So s is equal to s plus I. So first time I is 1 and first time s is 0. So 0 plus 1 means 1, and it again overwrite into the s. After that after the iteration of the first loop, then we have to update the counter. So now first time I is 1, so 1 plus 1 it becomes 2, and again it will check 2 less than 10, yes, again it will calculate sum, then counter become 3, then again check 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Once this condition become false, then it will jump at the end, then finally print the value of s and stop. So how we can convert into this the flowchart? So start terminal symbol, initialization again rectangle because it's a arithmetic expression. Now here there is no specific symbol for the loop, but we know that in loop generally we are using condition, and for condition we have a diamond symbol. So these conditions we have to mention in a diamond symbol. So is I is initialized 1, so it will check I less than or 10 question mark. If this condition becomes true, it means yes. So if condition becomes true, yes, what we want to do? So we want to execute two arithmetic expressions. So s is equal to s plus I. This is arithmetic expression, so represent in a rectangle. Similarly, this is also arithmetic expression, so represent in a rectangle. Now after this, once the counter is updated, again we are checking the condition. So here you have to again connect this flow with the condition. Again it will check second is less than 10, yes. Again it will check third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and once I become 11, then this condition becomes false, and once it is false, then the control move from here to here and it will print the final value of s, and you can say the flowchart is stop over here. So I hope friends you understood the concept of flowcharts and the use of various symbols in the flowcharts, and in this description video I have also mentioned the link of all other theory and practical video for your reference, and you all also give your comments, suggestions in the link, and maximum you share this video with your friends, like it, and for getting the upcoming video alerts, kindly subscribe this channel, subscribe this video for upcoming. And in next video we will discuss the another important concept, the basic of C programs with the printf and scanf function, because both the functions are very important to write the C program. So in next theory video we will discuss these two functions. Thank you very much.